All right, welcome back everyone to A Programmer Plays Rusted Moss. In our previous episode, we got ending B. We've gotten very far into the game. At this point, we're ready to do ending C, and maybe a little bit of completionism. Probably going to be a pretty heavily edited episode, just because I'm going to be like equipping the radar charm, essentially the green particles one, and just running through literally every room looking for hints that were near something that I've missed. But yeah, that's the plan for today. Okay. She did not spawn where I expected her to. I'm beefing this up so bad. Wow. Alright, it is a new day. You can probably tell from the lighting change if you're coming straight off of the previous video. Wow. Just spawned right on top of me. I'm just letting myself get caught in tough spots here. This is probably another wipe. Yeah, wow. Also, was that green particles there at the very end? Shit. I need to get her into the loop where she just like chases me. Alright. We did this fine last time. Thought I had it. I thought I was far enough along. Gosh, I'm doing poorly. That's okay. Alright. We've never died in here, I don't think. It's basically just the first section that gives me trouble. We don't actually know that we need healing there, but we're doing it anyways. Shit. Alright, that was the bottom. I feel like that's a bug. That the bullets there are so slow. No! Alright, so now we should have the third choice to get ending C. Summon Titania. Here we go. I'll unite the pieces and summon Titania. No! I can't let you do that, Fern. Huh. Puck, what are you doing? Take the pieces. Absorb them for yourself. Do whatever you want, Fern. Just don't bring Titania back. She's the one who made me this way. Aha! So Puck is cursed by Titania herself. After Maya shot us with that big beam, I started to remember my past. It was a long time ago. I came to Titania with a wish, a bargain. Get back the sister I gave away. Sister? But that means... Can't be. It's you. How dare you? I would have left you back in the lab if I knew it was you. I know you would have. I don't understand. How do you two know each other? Did you ever wonder who your sister was, Maya? She has lived such a long time. Did you ever wonder what she did before she met you? We grew up together. She wasn't called Fern then, of course. She was... I can't remember. I can't even remember my sister's name. Did you give up your name to the Fae, or is it just the effects of time? I was called Robin back then. Robin, the beloved child, the one we've been looking for this whole time. I was the beloved child of the Fae. My village loved me too. I was the perfect child, polite, clever, funny, modest, all at once. Fern, on the other hand, she wasn't well liked. She was moody and rude, with a face that was always dirty from whatever escapades she got up to. She held grudges easily and was as cruel as only a child could be. I mean, she was a kid. She was my younger sister, the most important thing in the world to me. I loved her. Nobody in the village, even our own parents, considered her my sister. As time passed, my village grew more afraid of the Fae. They said the age of men was ending, and the Fae would return. Sound familiar? It is a cycle. The ages of men and Fae, each has happened before, and each will again and again. My village didn't know I was friends with many of the Fae. The Fae loved children, and they especially loved me. When the Fae started coming into our world, the Fae could not bear to see me upset. They offered me a deal, the continuation of the Age of Men, in return for my most precious treasure. So one day, they told me we had to leave the village, that the people there hated me, that we would be together and you would protect me. You said we were leaving on an adventure. I took Fern with me to Elfhame in exchange for leaving humanity alone. You abandoned me. I gave my little sister to the court. King Oberon, ruler of Elfhame, and all the Fae was ecstatic to receive such a precious gift. What do you think of this story? The prophecy referring to the beloved child, it was talking about you. The prophecy has already come to pass centuries ago. Our fight is hopeless. I fulfilled the prophecy to perfection. Then I ruined it all. King Oberon must have known I could not bear to be apart from my sister. They knew I would break our bargain. In my village, I lived for a few years without Fern. Eventually, I knew I had to get her back. I couldn't be the perfect child my village expected me to be. I shouldn't have had to make those sacrifices to save everyone's way of life while I am the only one to suffer. Nobody was sad to see Fern gone except me. And I realized that I was the only one there for her. She only had me, the one person in the world who loved her. I went back to Elfhame to find Fern, to plead to the court to give her back. King Oberon had changed his name and form, as he often does. She started going by Titania, and before as Mab the Mother of Dreams, as Nick Nevin, as thousands more. Queen Titania said no human breaks a vow to the Fae, but since I was their beloved child, she would make an exception for me. We would play a game. If I could convince Fern to come back with me, she would let us go freely. If not, well, I knew it would be something bad. So for the first time since I gave her away, I talked to my sister. Though it was only a few years for me, centuries had passed for her. Fern looked exactly as I remembered her, but her eyes were hard. She didn't recognize you. It would have been better if she hadn't. All I saw was that she had not forgiven me. Though every Fae I know changes like water down a stream, Fern was the same. He was an eternal child with a personality of unyielding iron, and she only saw me as the one who had betrayed her. Even after centuries, she had not forgiven me. I begged her to come away with me. I told her all my regrets and how guilty I felt for giving her away. I begged her. She turned from me as the fairies dragged me away. As a penalty for losing the game, Queen Titania cursed me. She stripped me of my form and my name, and banished me from the court. I remember it all, my body falling apart piece by piece until I became this ball of shadow, a lowly Fae creature, no longer beloved by anyone. This is what the Fae do to those they love. Centuries passed. No one would help me or even look at me, not even my so-called friends. No one would go against the Queen. There's only one way to reverse the bargain, seat a new ruler of Elfhame. And that's when I found Titania's sister. The seer, she was living in a cave high in the Blue Mountains, watching the rest of Elfhame with hate and envy. She told me she would break Titania's curse if I helped her. She told me I would be able to see Fern again. For the first time in a long time, I felt hope. If I could talk to Fern again as a stranger, perhaps I could change her mind about her old brother. I messed up when I was captured by the Coalition. You know the rest. For a time, I lost my memories. But even after I remembered my past, I couldn't tell her who I was. Fern's eyes were the same. I could tell she never forgot, and she would never forgive me. You were with me the whole time, lying to me. You're the one who hasn't changed. You don't know what's best for me or what I want. What I want is those pieces you stole. You'll have to catch me first. Oh. Is this the... Oh. Hello. This is not what I expected. I was about to say, is this gonna be the final climb? If so, that's super interesting. Instead, I'm getting boss fight vibes. Real quick before we continue on, I really appreciate if we look at the edges of like where the different squiggly layers meet, there's some chromatic aberration, color banding stuff that almost certainly is intentional. Also, look at the water effect, fog effect that's happening in the background. This is so cool. Man, I love this. This looks great. There's also, if we look this way, and see some interesting distortion effects on the edge of the screen. I'm betting... I'll hold off on what I'm betting on. No. I'm betting it's a full screen effect, and that's the edges of the shader hitting nothing. And so we're getting a little bit of chromatic aberration of trying to move from no value, and so it uses black, and that creates a weird edge ripple. Anyways, Where am I? Fern, the beloved child has brought his grudge upon us. Robin, he abandoned me. I hate him. I hate him. I don't want any of this. I just want to go home. Child, all can be the way it once was. You need only unite my pieces. I will use my remaining magic to grant you a blessing. One familiar to you. I have stolen back a part of me from my beloved child. Use it. Take my eye and set things right. And then back to fair Elfame, where you shall meet by moonlight and bask in joyous dreams once again. Fern, what happened? Are you alright? Titania's eye. I can feel its power. Huh? Forget all that, Fern. Puck's too powerful for you to fight. And without Puck, you can't even use your hook. You heard what he did to me. I'm just glad I can return the favor. Besides, with this eye, it has the same grapple hook blessing as Bonnie gave Puck, but 1,000 times stronger. I can throw my hook as many times as I want. Please, it's too dangerous. Okay. Oh, that's interesting that it's a white eye following us now. Please don't do this, Fern. You're not going to stop me? I've never been able to stop you. Where are we? Ah, okay. Interesting. Interesting. That's so cool. Like, obviously this is a thing that would not, like, if we had gotten this earlier in the game, it would have been a huge problem. Just in terms of, like, trying to make semi-coherent level design, but... No! Whew. We are out of MP, and I have no idea what my health situation is because of the trinkets I've got equipped. Oh. So this will let us switch that out. Alright. I kind of want to be able to see my health, which is in rough shape. How did you get here? A little help from the Queen. Titania. Still screwing things up for me. You're the one who screwed things up. You abandoned me. You're the reason I'm this way. Came back for you. It's too late now. Give me Titania's pieces, or I'll take them from you. I don't want to fight you. I just want you to listen to me for once. But if this is the only way you know how to do things, so be it. Alright, so... Ooh. I have a heart, and there's been no saves. I'm so paranoid right now. Alright. I didn't even notice that the floor was spiky. Nope, nope. That's unfortunate. Oh, thank God. We'll stick with what we got. Or will we? Take those off in favor of the homing. We'll see how this goes. I'm so glad that there was checkpoints. We're doing poorly. We're doing very poorly, actually. Alright, much better. Nope. For some reason, I feel like I'm getting caught in that corner, and I'm not really sure why. Shit. Go. Yeah, for some reason she doesn't want to grab onto that. Or jump in that section. I need to stop trying to heal while she's still in the room. That's clearly the wrong move. I kind of don't. For once, I kind of think that the erosive is not the move. Um, we're actually gonna put on the flower one just to see if that'll give us a little more forgiveness. So far, seems like no. Why aren't you jumping? Yep, that tracks. Alright, she's out of the room. I'm gonna go ahead and heal all the way, just because I think that's gonna... Shit. Right. Gonna heal as much as we can. Whew. Shit. This is a little bit of a, like, learn a new paradigm. Whew, alright. Good. Nope. Shit. Shit. Got a bad feeling about this one. Yep. Oh, all the way back to the beginning. That's rough. I should have taken off the flower thing. Full health. Come on. What? No, that. I got myself cornered there. Yeah, let's take off the flower thing, because that's not really helping us. Slower bullets? I mean, she's not really shooting bullets. She's, like, creating, like, terrible pain points. We know that Icker's going to become a problem, so let's actually put that on. Side note, I do appreciate the way that this is sort of like ramping up. Also, this is a good, like, a lot of final bosses struggle with, you know, you get to the final boss and it's asking you to do novel mechanics that you've not encountered anywhere else in the game. And so it doesn't feel like a good final test. Nope. I'm missing by a little bit pretty frequently, which I don't love. No. Saw that one coming. Alright, not full health, but pretty good health. What? Let go. I feel like I'm doing so badly. Shit. I'm doing so badly. Yeah, we'll keep running with our current build. Gosh, our plan of doing completionism stuff today might not come to pass. Ugh, alright. I'm getting toasty doing this. did not do that. You did not do that too. No, come on. The come on there is directed at myself for being stupid. Doing bad. Doing real bad. We got this. Keep letting myself get into the same pickles. Oh, we can pull the hearts? That's interesting to know. Alright, full heal, but not much in the way of charge. Alright. Fully healed, most of a charge. We've got this room. Come on. Get me out of here. I've let myself get into a pickle. All right. Whew. Bloody hands. Let's do this. Shit. Wow. That's mildly crushing, I'm not gonna lie. For the sake of the video, I think I'm going to start editing out attempts up to that point. So, you know, it's going to be the same. me flailing around, but we'll get there. But yeah, I'll see you guys up to that room next. All right, here we are again. We're sitting at almost full health, but basically no mana. Wish me well. That didn't last long. And here we are again. Basically, we are at full health and basically no mana. Woo, this is a lot going on. That was a terrible trade. Son of a bitch. It takes so long to get back there. Like, I'm fine with the structure of this fight. I'm just spending a lot of time off camera getting back to it. So far we're doing okay in terms of like not getting too turned up about it, but I kind of regret not doing my completionism before and getting that gun upgrade, because once I've done this, completionism is going to feel a little pointless. All right, here we are again. This time with very little health and a tiny bit of mana. So this might be a quick one. Side note, I was... Oh. A little shocked I got away with that. No. I was appreciating as I was climbing that the boss has chains connecting Robin to the hearts. So like, if you're ever not sure where to go, it's not that hard to just like, all right, just follow the chain and you'll get there. So it's a nice detail. It's not necessary. They didn't need to do that. The areas aren't big enough that you can't just like find it organically the other way, but you know, it's a nice detail. And again, mostly full health. Not enough mana to heal again. Oop. Gosh dang it. Gosh dang it. Where? Gosh, I didn't even know where I was right then. I gave that one away. Interesting side note. Because we haven't saved, we've lost the map progress that we got from doing this, which is funny. I don't think it's possible. What we saw of the map, I don't think it's possible for us to like go back to the save. I think we're locked in. It's a little unfortunate because the more I do this, like, the more tries I take, the more I'm like, sure wish I had, you know, a gun upgrade to make it take fewer shots. Not that I really think that the gun upgrade would make a huge difference. It's just that sometimes you know, things blowing up on the 5th hit when they could blow up on the 4th hit would make a difference about when stuff happens. So, why won't she jump there? Like, I get that it's got to be like the waterfall thing, but it drives me crazy. There we go. Jesus. Rough start to this climb. And the rest of that climb continued to be a little bit of a pain. Hey, we did it. Whew, alright. Oh. Alright, please be like it. Oh. Could see that one coming and still. That's the thing about a lot of this fight. Like, you see it coming and you're still like, I don't know, man. Momentum. There's only so much I can do here. Alright, I'm going to change my loadout here a little bit. We're doubling up on the bullet range, and we're switching over to the energy disruptor, because I don't think that I actually need to charge. I think I just need to as soon as I get in range. I think the charge is actually potentially hurting me. So we're going to try this. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Yeah, we'll find out. Alright, well, I'm not even going to make y'all watch how poorly that went. Yeah, no, that was not the move. I guess we're just going to go into this with one spare one, unless we decide to hide the UI, but I kind of think that I don't want to do that. Yeah, so we'll keep the charge, because well, that's interesting. We're arcing towards something. Huh. Oh, come on. That was a terrible intro, but you know what? We'll run with that. We'll try this. All right, here we go again. We're past this room. We're at like half health and no mana, so wish me luck. Right, single heart. I've had enough of this. All right. Some dialogue. If you'll never listen to me, I'll make you understand. Whoa, 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 whoa. Maya, no. You killed her. No, that attack was meant for you. And you know I'd never hurt you. It's just a spell to make you see things my way. Looks like I have a more obedient sister now. Maya. Whoa. That's interesting. Hello? Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know what's happening. Is this just a survival thing, do we think? I think this is just a survival thing. Fern, how could you? Stood up for you when no one else did. Gave me away. It was for the good of mankind, to protect our village, our family. Our village, our family, they were cruel to me. Yes, but just to you. They were good people otherwise. Leave us alone. Doesn't this prove how much I loved you? The Fae would only take their most precious... Excuse me. The Fae would only take the most precious gift of their beloved child. It had to be you. I didn't give up on our village. I gave up my sister, more precious to me than anything else. Leave us alone! Queen Titania, please. With these pieces, I restore you. I am restored. Spirits, sprites, sylphs, pixies, pucks, and pans. Your queen has returned. This land is now ours. Our age is now begun. But first, my changeling, speak with me. My lady. Dear changeling, thou repaired mine flesh and summoned me whole. Mine own sister would not do so. Even my most beloved child never forgave the Fae. I shall grant you a wish and consider your actions repaid. Tell me, changeling, what is thine will? I wish I had my sister back. Reach ending D. Once upon a time, a compassionate girl named Fern made the choice to return the Queen of Fairies back to her throne. Fern was brave and kind, clever and forthright. She had a sister she loved, who shone just as bright. With the fair queen back on her throne, fairies big and small returned to the world, and witches lurked in the deep, dark woods. Mystery and wonder returned to the Fae, while humans scuttered like insects back to their shoddy homes. Horseshoes fearfully hung from their rickety doors. Milk was once again left out for the fair subjects of our queen. Soon all that remained of the Age of Men and the humans' metal world were mere stories. But it is said that a shadow still lurks in the deepest of forests, waiting for his sister to come home. All right. So getting ending D definitely suggests an ending C that we've not gotten. Do we think that's a completionism thing, or do we think that's we could have made a different choice there at the very end? I hope it's not the case that we needed to make a different choice there at the end, because that climb was brutal. I cut out a lot of playtime of me getting to there. This is a different song. I don't remember lyrics last time. Interesting. So, rooms found 635 out of 651. Upgrades found 75 out of 84. Lore found 39 out of 46. Final time 13, 19, 20. Difficulty normal. Titania's pieces 8. 14 hearts, 54 MP, 28 trinkets, 14 face silver, 2 gun upgrades, 29 trinkets. Bosses met Bonnie, War, Pestilence, Great Witch Amelie, Maya, Princess Freya, Alicia, Voidworm, Lenore, Maya, Spirella, Famine, and Face Stealers. We, overall, did pretty good, I feel like. And I'm assuming that if we load up that same save file, we'll be right outside 97.54. I think that's no change at all. Yeah, we're right back here. I'm curious, same trinket stuff. So if I had quit, I think we would have reset all the way back here. I kind of don't love that because I think that does suggest, unless they fiddle with the numbers, it feels like there's content that is locked to you being already like locked into an ending and no way to save that you've like revealed that part of the map or something. I bet that they have fiddled with the numbers. But not sure. I do kind of hate that we got Titania's eye, and like there's no way to like bring that back out because that would have been a really cool way to hide some secrets out here. Because I still don't. This thing's bothering the shit out of me. I don't know how to get past this, but honestly, at this point, I kind of think we should call it for this series. I'd planned to like get ending C, assuming that it was going to be like a 10-minute thing, and then spend the rest of the episode running through the map with the detector on to try and get the last stuff. But having gone through that whole gauntlet and gotten ending D, I kind of don't. I feel like it would undermine the ending, you know? Interesting. So I just double checked. The achievements, Long Live the Queen, reach ending D, Beloved Child, reach ending C, have the exact same percentage on Steam's global charts. With potentially a very like cropped off number bumping ending D above ending C. So I might off camera check to see what all is involved with getting ending C. But I'm feeling like this is a good place to end the series. Interesting that 100% and is such like a clear like very few people do the out of sequence thing. Interesting. I'm a little surprised that lore boxes and upgrades aren't the other way around. Serious violence. There's probably a hidden boss somewhere that we haven't found, which is why we haven't gotten that one. I don't know. It's interesting that like ending D and B and A and C are before all of these other things like finding the full map, getting all the trinkets, beating all the bosses. Yeah. So, all right. I'll do a little off-camera digging to find out what's involved with getting ending C. If it's having to run through all of that again, I don't really want to. Like that, I'll be honest, that was a lot. But if it's, just picking different dialogue choices or finding something in the world, I don't know, we could do that, but probably not. But overall, I've really enjoyed Rusted Moss. I've been really pleasantly surprised by how good it's been, how fun a series it's been. There was a couple of things that I felt like kind of overstayed their welcome, and a few things like the physics of the grapple is a little tricky. It can be kind of fiddly to do stuff, and it's not always clear what you can do and what you can't do. And that's just a natural end result of using a physics-based system. The physics systems in 2D games are fiddly. They're even worse in 3D games, but we tend to spackle it over better. In 2D games, you can see that they're fiddly really, really clearly. So, yeah. I did do the classic me thing, which is, hey, I've gotten a bunch of different weapons, which open up different ways to play, and I ignored them. I wouldn't be surprised if someone watching me brute force my way through some of the bosses, like, just switch weapons. It's so much easier with the other weapon. That's a personal failing. That's just how I am. So some final thoughts. I really liked the story. I thought the story was good. A lot of indie games have really like rough translations and stuff. I didn't really run into that with this. Like there's a couple of minor grammatical hiccups, but overall really good. The font, like I want to specifically call attention to the fact that the fonts worked well in this. Pixel games struggle with fonts, so when they do a good job, it's always worth applauding that they got it right. I liked the way that the dialogue had the facial, portraits that were, small and not terribly expressive because they're so small and low resolution, but expressive enough. Particularly when characters were like crying, talking to each other, like you got that impact, and I thought that was a very economical way of delivering cutscenes that worked for me at least. I liked the color palette of the game. Enemies maybe could have used a little more variety. I don't know. We're spoiled by Silksong and Hollow Knight and the enemy variety that they present. This game had pretty good variety, and because we're not like pogoing, that really reduces the complexity. That we're essentially for most of the enemies just grappling around to where we've got a decent angle and shooting. And that philosophy extended to the bosses as well. It's largely like just avoid their attacks using the grapple mechanic and get in opportunistic shots as you can. I imagine speedruns against the bosses are fascinating to watch. Definitely, this game has a super high skill ceiling, I feel like, and I'm betting that speedruns for this game are wild because if you know how to use the grapple immediately, you can probably do some pretty wild stuff by launching yourself at the right, like low angle or high angle. I bet that speedrunners do some pretty neat stuff in this game. Last but not least, I do want to mention there is an editor, a level editor in this. The fact that we can edit local levels is crazy. Very cool. Very cool. I imagine that the level editor presented here is how they built the game, which is gutsy to bundle that into the game itself. But yeah, overall, definitely highly recommend this game. I picked it up for a song on Steam, and I've been very pleased with it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this series. Maybe we'll be back for ending C, but honestly, I'm pretty happy ending it with ending D. That feels like a good, true ending to me. So, yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.